I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rekah Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. All right. So today I'm going to be in Matthew 25, and I'm going to start at verse 14. All right, and it's talking about talents. And talents is dealing with it's a measure of gold, and I believe if you look into it, I've looked into it in the past. It's basically like you have bricks of gold. Well, talent would weigh like as much as a person. All right, so let me see. Give me just a second. I want to look at something real quick. Let's see. I'm going to start reading here in a second. Just bear with me. Okay. Yeah, so a talent is a weight. It's right. It's and you say a talent of gold in Israel weighed about 200 pounds. A talent of silver in Israel weighed about 100 pounds. And my source is the blue letter. Okay. So let me. It says that which is weighed, a talent, scale of balance, right? So it's a weight, talent, or it could be like a sum of money. It also says here. But anyway, I'm going to read it. This is the parable of the talents. Basically, is why I'm bringing that word up. It says in Matthew 25:14. This is for the kingdom of heaven is as a man traveling into a far country, who called his own servants and delivered unto them his goods. Right? So he's comparing it to Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? And really Yahushai, because he's going in a far country. It's explaining Acts 1 and 9, because Yahushai, where'd he go? He went up to the heavens in Acts 1 and 9. So that would be like this far country, this parable we're reading right here. It says in verse 15, and unto one he gave 5 talents, and to another 2, and to another 1, to every man according to his several ability, and straightway took his journey. Right, because the scriptures speaks about how every man has his own measure, right, of faith. And that's kind of what this is going into, because every man has this different talents that was distributed by the man traveling into a far country, or otherwise Yahushai, right? We all have our own measures of faith, as it is written, and we've all been given different talents, different weights when it comes to this knowledge, this truth. It says, verse 16, then he that had received the 5 talents went and traded with the same, and made them other 5 talents. All right. So this is the top of your screen. So this servant, he had 5 talents, and he went and made 5 more talents with. So he increased, right? It's like what kind of fruit are you going to bear if you're in this knowledge, if you're in this truth, if you're teaching the true doctrine, sound doctrine. Then what are you going to bear? What kind of fruit are you going to bear? Good fruit? How much fruit? Every man is different. Every man in his truth, every man in his faith is different. And this one is the parable says he increased it. He doubled what he had, right? Let's get to verse 17. And likewise, he that had received 2, he also gained another 2. So this other servant, he doubled 2, right? Verse 18. But he that had received one went and digged in the earth and hid his Lord's money. So he didn't do anything with it. This servant right here, he's like, you know what? I'm just going to dig it in the earth, bury it in the earth. And he went and hid the Lord's money, the man who left. And really the Lord is, who it's talking about is Yahweh Shai. Right? So when you're called into this knowledge, called into this truth, if you're a true servant, if you're a true man of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, you're gonna increase. And you're commanded to increase. And how do we increase? By doing the videos, by going to camps. We're increasing because why? We're going to seal the elect. Well, Yahweh seals the elect through us. But if we don't do the work, if we just go hide the money that we have, because this truth is likened unto treasure and jewels, right? Silver and gold, right? You go and bury everything you just don't you know this knowledge, you have this knowledge, you have this truth, but you don't do nothing about it. You just 24/7 you're walking in Clark Kent mode, not sharing it with nobody, not teaching people, not doing videos, going to camp. You see, this is what you are. You're like this servant. Yeah, you received this money, this truth, but you just went and buried it. You didn't get no increase, right? Verse 19, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. Right, because remember, it's a metaphor for Yahweh Shai. So when he comes back, what are we going to be doing? When you have to ask yourself, if you examine yourself, the scripture says examine yourself daily. So you have to examine yourself and say, if Yahweh Shai came back today, what would he find you doing, right? Let me get this precept real quick. Let me see. And it's actually in 24 and 45, right? Let's get that real quick. It says, Matthew 24 and 44, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think that the Son of Man cometh, who then is a faithful and wise servant, whom his Lord had made ruler over his household, and to give them meat in due season. Blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find him doing so. All right? So, doing what? When Yahweh Shai comes back, what are you going to be doing? Are you going to be just, playing grab ass? That's what my old football coach used to say. You're going to be playing grab ass? So you're going to be playing grab ass, or you're going to be doing the work? You're going to be edifying the elect. You're going to be feeding the sheep, feeding the flock, right? So that's what this parable is talking about. You got the talent, you got that weight of knowledge, of wisdom, you got that measure of value with gold. It's better than gold, better than silver. It's a talent, right? So what are you doing when Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, when they visit the earth? What are you going to be doing? Because we know what the elect will be doing. The elect are going to be preaching, teaching. The elect are going to be on the street corners. The elect are going to be on the videos at the camps, right? Let me write this down real quick. So it says, blessed is the servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Right. Verily I say unto you that he shall make him ruler over all his goods. See, there's a reward for this knowledge and this work we do. We're not doing this work for our fucking health. Well, we are in a way, but we're not doing, there's a reason why we do this work. Not just because of there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons why is to be rewarded by Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, right? To be joint heirs with Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, as it is written, right? So let me get back to it So lucky I lost my place here on the. Anyway, let me go back to Matthew 25 and remember that one servant. What did he do? He just digged it in the earth and he just put it and he buried it. He didn't do nothing about it. He didn't have a no increase. Let's keep reading. From 19, after a long time. It's lucky I'm trying to do two things at once over here. It says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. And so he had, and that a long time is when? You know, Yahweh Shai, he's already been gone. He went up in that chariot in Acts 1 and 9 over 2,500 years ago, right? So that's a long time. So it says, after a long time, the Lord of those servants cometh and reckoneth with them. Slakia, my throat's a little bit itchy. Excuse me. All right, I'm going to keep reading here. Give me just 1 second. So lucky I'm trying to just get the computer on the same page as where I'm at. All right, Matthew 25 and 20. It says, and so he that had received 5 talents came and brought other 5 talents, saying, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 5 talents. Behold, I have gained beside them 5 talents more. So he increased, right? He increased. This is that parable, that metaphor for that wise servant. That wise servant that, hey, you're going to increase. If you're doing the work, if you have the spirit of Yahweh Bashem on Yahweh Shai on you, you're going to be doing the work. You're going to increase. All right? Verse 21. His Lord said unto him, well done, thou good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou into the joy of thy Lord. So look, this right here is telling you, it reminds me of that verse, for our light affliction, you know, it can't be compared to the exceeding. Let me grab it. Let me grab that verse real quick. For our light affliction, KJV. All right, let's grab it in 2 Corinthians. Yeah, because doing the work, it's a bit of a burden. It's a bit of, you can be afflicted in this truth, right? It says in the scripture, he that increaseth in knowledge increaseth in sorrow. So let's go 2 Corinthians 4 and 17. It says, for our light affliction, which is but for a moment, worketh for us a far more exceeding and eternal weight of glory. See? So we're going to have, we do this work. This work is, what I'm saying? It's like, it's work. That's why it's called work, right? But it's a light affliction when you compare it to the eternal weight of glory, and it's going to exceed, that weight of glory is going to exceed this affliction that we're going through right now. You see? So it's going to be well worth it for the elect, for the Lord, the servants, his prophets of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay? It's going to be worth it, man. So no matter what we're going through, no matter what, what it is, I don't care what it is you're going through. I don't care if it's a freaking job stressing you out, a career stressing you out, a woman stressing you out, your children, whatever it is that's stressing you out, it don't matter. It's not going to be, this is a light affliction when it's compared to what we're coming into, brothers. Okay? So let's get back to Matthew 25 and what I'm at, 21. I'll go back to this. It says, 22 actually. He also that had received 2 talents came and said, Lord, thou deliverest unto me 2 talents. Behold, I have gained 2 other talents beside them. Okay, so this man, he didn't have the same increase. Well, technically he did because he doubled what he was given. But his obviously 2 talents is less than 5 talents. But guess what? It was still nonetheless an increase. See, so it was an increase. So he was also a wise servant. All right, like us, we're we're fairly young in this knowledge and this truth. Like you're gonna have do your videos, and you can't expect to have the same amount of views or the same amount of sincere brothers listening to you as compared to let's say one of the elders, right? So all of us are given a different. We all come in on different times in this knowledge and this truth, and we all come at a different different levels of faith, different measures of faith. Let me see. Let's get that in Romans 12 and 3. We're not all the same, man. You know? While we held each other accountable in this knowledge and this truth, you always still have to remember that not every man is giving the same measure of faith. So let's read it in Romans 3 and 12. For I say, through the grace given unto me to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High hath dealt to every man the measure of faith. For as we have many members in one body, and all members have not the same office, right? So we're not going to all have the same exact faith or the same exact office, right? Which the office goes into the work, right? This is our duty. This is our job. This is our office, right? So we're all going to have different measures, man. Like the one brother, he had 5 talents. He increased it to 5 more talents. The other brother had 2 talents, but nonetheless, like I said, he increased. You see? Which if you increased 1, if you got 1 talent and you increased 1, guess what? You're a faithful servant in the eyes of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. So don't worry about, oh man, how come my channel's not getting the views that this brother has, or I want to be on the level of the elders' views and stuff like that. No, that's not what this is about. Just stay in your lane, stay in the order, and keep your faith. All right? And the elect, they're going to have no problem doing that. They're going to have no problem, understanding their place in this knowledge and this truth, in the order. Everything's done in decency and in order. All right? We're Matthew 25 and where am I? It says in verse 23, what his Lord said unto him, well done, good servant and faithful servant. And this is him talking to the brother who had 2 talents after he was given 2 talents, right? So he increased. He also, Yahushua also said to him, well done, good and faithful servant. Thou hast been faithful over a few things. I will make thee ruler over many things. Enter thou unto the joy of thy Lord. So remember, we read it in that 2 Corinthians 4:17 that, hey, your affliction, your light affliction, it's not comparable to the eternal glory. Because listen to how he just said that. Yahushua told him, you have been faithful over a few things, but guess what? You're going to be ruler over many things. So really, we're not even, we are worthy, but the gifts and the glory that we're going to receive, it far more exceeds, it's like exponential growth, right? There's a thing called exponential growth, which it means it increases. The increase is like exponential, bigger than more than what you, like you said. You've been faithful over a few things, but guess what? You're going to rule over many things. All right. Let me see. Keep reading. Then he which had received the 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art a hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid. Okay, he says, and I was afraid. So like I was trying to. It says, then which had received 1 talent came and said, Lord, I knew thee that thou art an hard man, reaping where thou hast not sown, and gathering where thou hast not strawed. And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent into the earth. Lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. So Yahushua, the master, was pissed off with this servant that he went and hid the talent. Because how are you going to increase if you just hide your talent? You know, you can't increase if you're not doing the work. You can't increase if you're not doing the videos. Not just other men. You can't bring other men, seal the elect in this truth, but you don't even grow yourself in this truth. You don't edify nobody if you just hide the talent, right? And that's considered wicked. Like if you know this knowledge and you know this truth, and you're not out there, on the street corners teaching, guess what? Yahweh Bashem Yeshai look at you like a wicked servant, a slothful servant, meaning you're lazy. Something's keeping you, and who knows what it is, but some's keeping you from you just got that talent buried in the earth. And Yahweh Shai called this man wicked, right? Verse 27. And let me grab this precept real quick in Luke 19. Let's see, 21. For I feared thee, because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. See, so this is that same incident, basically, same parable, or I should say a different parable, but the same lesson in this Luke 19 if you read it. But it says, this guy says, I feared, just like the other guy said, I was scared, so I hid it. He says, I feared thee because thou art an austere man. Thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. So if you know, and the word austere, it means strict, mean-looking, no nonsense type of man, right? That's the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. They're strict, no nonsense, serious, and the mean looking. That's one of the words, similar words when you go into that word austere. And so, why would you do that? Why would you go hide the talent if you know Yahweh Bashem Yahushai are those austere men? That's like asking for an ass whooping, really. It's how thou takest up that thou layest not down, and reapest that thou didst not sow. And he saith unto him, Out of thine own mouth will I judge thee, thou wicked servant. Thou knewest that I was an austere man, taking up that I laid not down, and reaping what I did not sow. See? So Yahushua is like, yo, you already knew. We know what the Father and the Son, Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, we know what they're like because of the scriptures, right? We know that's why we're supposed to fear Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And it said you're gonna just put your talent and dig it in the earth and bury it in the earth and not increase anything. Knowing knowing the personalities of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, are you kidding me? See what I'm saying? So if you have this talent, if you have this knowledge, man, that's what you got to do, man. You got to increase it. Let me keep reading. Let's go back to Matthew 25. Verse 25, he says, And I was afraid, and went and hid thy talent into the earth, and lo, there thou hast that is thine. His Lord answered him and said unto him, Thou wicked and slothful servant, thou knewest that I reap where I sowed not, and gather where I have not strawed. Thou oughtest therefore to have put my money to the exchangers, and then at my coming I should have received mine own usury with usury. Take therefore the talent from him and give it unto him which hath 10 talents. See, so Yahushua is like, yo, you're gonna get your talent taken away from you and given to another brother, somebody who's deserving, somebody who did the work, somebody who well, while the master was gone, you were doing the work through faith, right? Not be a slothful servant. Oh, I'll just, one of those men. Oh, I got plenty of time, to start doing the work. I'll start when I'm good and ready. That's not how this works, man. Especially, like I say, the personalities of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. You know they're austere men. You know they're mean-looking, strict, serious men who are gonna, we know what it is. So why in the hell would you take that chance, take that risk, Verse 29. For unto every one that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance. But from him that hath not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. So that's what it is, man. If you're not out there doing the work, if you're not out there increasing this, through the Spirit, helping the brethren, helping the elect be sealed through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, guess what? It's going to get taken away from you. It's going to be given to somebody worthy, right? The reward is going to be given to somebody worthy. It says, all right, and I'm gonna stop at verse 30, but let's read verse 29. For unto everyone that hath shall be given, and he shall have abundance, but from him that hath not shall be taken away, even that which he hath. So that little bit of knowledge, truth, faith, understanding that you have, hey, it's going to be taken away from you and given to another brother. Your portion is going to go to another brother who is deserving. All right, you're gonna be just like we always talk about in the camp. Like, we want to be on that first resurrection. We want to be on that. We want to be on the chariots. We don't want to, come back blessed as an Israelite, blessed in the kingdom after we die in the nuclear fire. No, we want to that first go round. We want to get that new body. We want to be of that number of salvation, the one that gets taken up in the chariot. Verse 30, and cast ye the unprofitable servant into outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. And that goes into frustration. So you choose to hide your talent. You choose to bury your talent in the ground. And guess what? You're going to be a frustrated person, a frustrated individual. When you have this exceeding glory that could be waiting on you. And really, it's all preordained, So it's all the Spirit. Everything is spiritual. So if you're not doing, what you're supposed to be doing as an Israelite man in this knowledge and this truth, guess what? Everything's spiritual. It's not really even your fault, because Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put the Spirit on you to be slackful and slothful, right? But if you are doing it, if you are increasing, and you didn't bury your talents, you're increasing your fruit, your talent. You know what I'm saying? Then guess what? Yahweh Hashem Yahushua put the Spirit on you to be that way. And that you're going to be greatly rewarded in the end, all right? So with that, I want to give all the praise, all the glory, all the honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakah, Kodash. Double honors goes out to the elder apostles of Great Millstone for teaching me the truth. Also want to acknowledge all the Akyam who are pushing the truth with sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and shalom to the elect. Shalom.